Hello, everyone. We'll be out of here pretty soon. But I must say thank you to all of you for giving us your time today. Why don't you put your hands together for yourselves? Thank you so much. The last time I had a session like this in last Technext Conference, it was with a celebrity. And I asked how many people will love to invest 1 million naira in crypto. How many people? So all of you came to blockchain conference and you are not interested in investing. All right. Today, the focus of the conversation is going to be around a founder, a CEO, who have built the next Africa's trailblazer of a blockchain company. And he has built several companies on the blockchain that offer payment infrastructure and financial services. And we'll be looking at and learning from some of his experiences. Yele Bademosi is a Nigerian entrepreneur. He founded Bundle in the year 2019. And then he was the CEO for a while. I must mention that he was one of the foremost African directors for Binance Lab. So it's safe to say he was one of the first persons in Africa to leverage the blockchain with Binance. And then currently is the founder of Nestcoin. Nestcoin is a company that focuses on creating blockchain and Web3 applications. And they also invest in companies that have similar interests. So do I see some founders here who would want Nestcoin to invest? If you know you want Nestcoin to invest in your startup, you want to build on the blockchain, can you wave your hands? All right, I believe we can see you. So today we will be looking at building Africa's next blockchain trailblazers. We'll look at some of the wins, some of the challenges, and some of the opportunities. Yele, if you can hear me, please note that I'm not going to stick to all the questions here. I may be asking leading questions from some of your responses. So I will just go first. So like I said, from Binance Lab to Bundle to Nestcoin, and I believe other endeavors, you have never shied away from leveraging the blockchain technology to accelerate Africa's transition into a sustainable and developed economy. How would you rate Africa's performance on the blockchain so far? It seems you're frozen. All right. I think they're working on the sound. All right, great. So from your response, it means there's a lot of hope for Africa, right?
For sure.
Fantastic.
I'm still building experience. I think I first invested in a blockchain company in 2017, so it's about 6 years. And probably I'm not even more bullish. I think that the amount of infrastructure, the innovation and the application layer, L2s that make Ethereum cheaper, just the quality of developers who are also building different products and startups, is truly astonishing. So, yes, better about the future.
All right, great. From your first response, you said in total transaction volume, Africa has done about 3%, right, compared to the global market. Please, we will agree that globally, blockchain is a new technology, true or false? Blockchain is a new technology globally, true or false? And if Africa is doing 3%, that's a lot, right? And if you compare how much liquidity we have, and we are doing 3%, you will agree that that is a lot, right? The next question I would love to ask you, as somebody who have seen, permit me to use this word, you've seen the good side and you've also seen the shaggy of blockchain, right? You've had the fair sides and the downsides of blockchain. What would you say, let me just say, would you say that what would you say have been your most defining moment? Sorry, that's the question I want to ask. What is your major learning point? Having seen the highs and lows, like you said, your first blockchain company you started was in 2017. I really enjoyed using Bundle as a platform until recently. Personally, I've experienced some of your products, right? What would you say are your biggest learning experiences?
I mean, that's a really difficult question to answer in terms of trying to find like that one thing. I think the number of lessons and the number of all the good insights. I think the first one I would say is, as an entrepreneur, as a builder, as an investor, developer in the space, you kind of need to have your why, right? Like, whatever drives you has to be something that is so fundamental, so passionate, something that's so fundamental to your being, something that you're so passionate about that regardless of the challenges, regardless of how difficult things get, you kind of keep going. So for me personally, ever since I dropped away from school, I've always cared about having leverage impact. I've always thought and said, like, what is the thing that I can do that can have the most positive impact on anything as possible? And I really do care about figuring out how to accelerate Africa's transition to the sustainable technology into digital assets, stable ones, and this digitalizer that enable anyone anywhere to have access to the best form of money and high quality world-class financial services regardless of where you are. And so that combination, keeps me going, it keeps me energized, regardless of whatever the challenges are. Quickly,
All right, thank you very much. So one of the most striking things you said is always understand your why, so that when the results are not coming in the way you expected, your why will keep you going. And then you talked about having access to some sort of pool of funds and having the right team. right? And this, I believe that this is a recipe for all entrepreneurs. The journey for every entrepreneur comprises of ups and downs, but what keeps us going is understanding the very why we started. Okay, my next question is, in putting Technext Conference 3.0 together, we reached out to some of our partners, people we've partnered with in 2021, in 2022, and it will interest you to know that some of these startups no longer exist, right? And we all know that there's been the longest winter ever. I just want to ask, is there any form of hope for the future? Is this a phase that we will go through, or is this a phase that have come to stay? I don't know if you got my question. Okay, Yele is trying to join.
Yes, I'm constantly resonating. If you look at AI, everyone's talking about AI right now because of OpenAI and ChatGPT and DALL-E and things. But the truth is that for decades, we had what we call the AI winter. And so it's been like, what, 2 years since the last two moved the chief of the maybe October, November 2021. So it's about 2 years. And to be honest, again, like I said, please understand why. Because I just think that even though the price of these assets and all that kind of used to be, you look at it like on-chain data and metrics, you cannot help but to be bullish. We're seeing more on-chain activity, more developers, more applications, more active users, revenue, like actual real revenue, not speculative revenue. And so, the price is a lagging indicator of value, right? So a lot of people would jump back into the space, these assets that are kind of going, focus on technology, focus on actual utility. You're going to be very excited. So again, the work saying you like investor, develop entrepreneurs, like, just keep going. Like, don't give up. Even if you want to sort of stop what you're doing and work on something, that's fine. But as long as you just want to keep going and it's there, like, continue to push.
All right, thank you. Fantastic. So just to recap your response, you said AI is not a new thing. It's sounding more like it's a new thing because AI was experiencing a winter for a long time, but there is boom. And then a lot of the crypto assets that saw a plunge at the end of last year, their prices are beginning to go up. And beyond crypto, there's been a lot of blockchain activity. We're talking about several use cases for blockchain. And so it seems there is a future. I wish Yele was here in person. I feel this would have been an extremely interactive session, but I'll try to wrap this up. There is still a lot of hope from what we've seen, and that is why we are still having events like this to keep the conversation going, even while the market is going through what it's going through. But there is a lot of hope, and there is a lot of indication for the future. One of the last questions I will ask you, Yele, is recently, Nestcoin raised about $1.3 million, and we will learn that the purpose is to drive strategic growth, that is to drive the adoption of your onboard wallet as well as provide solution for the future. How does the next phase align with your strategic objective of building the next African blockchain trailblazer?
Yeah, I think
Fantastic. Fantastic. So it means with onboard, we'll be able to perform day-to-day financial activities on the blockchain via your wallet, right? If I got that correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. That I think one of the audience asked earlier how we can build and integrate day-to-day financial services to the blockchain, and I think that is what Onboard is doing. I would have really loved to ask you some other questions, but because of the glitch of the network, I would just say, what is your final word for the entrepreneurs that are seated here, those who would love to build on the blockchain, and the general audience? Just your last words, final words.
Yeah, I mean, I think the final words would be like focus on the customer. Have a really clear idea of who the customer is, solve the problem, who you're looking for. Validate that happened through, and sort of, have a long-term mindset about what you're doing. Being an entrepreneur is hard, but it's very rare. There's nothing more fulfilling than building a product that people love. And so if you're building something, sort of keep going and sort of specialize to see what other builders, entrepreneurs, and founders are going to create, not just for Africa, but for the entire global ecosystem. But yeah, thanks for having me. Again, sorry I couldn't be there in person. I will be there next time.
Yeah, great. It would have been really great having you in person, but I want to strongly believe that the audience have picked 1, 2, 3 things from this conversation. One thing that's striking from me from your last word is, while we build, we need to focus on the customer. Thank you so much, Yele, for trying above all odds to still join the conversation virtually. We really appreciate you. A round of applause for Yele, please.